Hello, everyone. Welcome to the early release of Acorn of Thought. I am Robert Madak. Today's story is about God has this. And this is a personal experience that I want to tell you about. This past Tuesday, uh, my wife and I had just finished doing some work, and we had left a remote location, and there's this busy street right in front, and we needed to cross that street to get where we needed to go. And there's three crosswalks there that we can choose from any given time, and there's no way of knowing which one we're going to choose. It kind of depends on the traffic and the weather and that kind of thing. So um, as it turns out, we passed up the first crosswalk as we were talking, and we got to the second one and decided, oh well, we'll just go across this busy street here. Crosswalk lights on, and the traffic was stopped. Everything was looking good, so we decided to cross. And as we're crossing, other people are with us, and uh, there's some traffic from behind us that decides to enter the intersection and turn left and cross right over the crosswalk. And one car is a black sedan, um, gets in our field of view, and we slow down, and the car crosses right in front of us, right? And it's kind of close, but this happens. We see this from time to time, so we adjust and just adjust our pace and let the car cross and get out of the way. And then my wife Crystal, she gets a couple steps ahead of me there, and as we're crossing, and I'm a little bit behind her, I see my peripheral vision, a vehicle coming, so I look to my right, and lo and behold, right there is a vehicle, and I mean like right there. I had no reaction time at all. It was right there in my face, and the next thing you know, I'm on the street, having gotten hit and knocked right out of the crosswalk into the road, and the vehicle had stopped right on the crosswalk. And this little suitcase that I had with me, my computer stuff in it, it was still in the crosswalk right in front of the tire of the pickup truck. It was the pickup truck that hit me. And the vehicle was stopped right on top of the crosswalk, and I'm out in the street, and Crystal had made it safely across. She didn't even know that I had gotten hit because she was a few steps ahead of me. And when she did realize something was wrong by hearing this vehicle behind her, she turned around and realized that I'd gotten hit. But it's kind of interesting how, as I'm looking up at this vehicle, and I realized, what happened. There was a split second of time there where I was crossing the walk, and next thing you know, I'm looking up at this pickup truck, and my first response is to get up, and I was kind of upset. I see this kind of thing going on all the time in the city. People driving across crosswalks without caring about pedestrians, and in that moment, I was kind of angry at the fact that I just gotten hit, and the most normal people would probably be down on the road, hurt, dead, who knows? And but I didn't have that kind of common sense. I had gotten up, and I realized I was fine, and I was kind of upset at that driver for hitting me. And I walk up to the pickup truck. I opened up the door, And I say, what in the heck are you doing? Can't you see there's a crosswalk light there? There's people in the street. What are you doing? And the driver was kind of shocked because the driver last seen me go under the hood of their truck. So the fact that I was even up, well, the fact that they hit me was a shock. And the fact that I was even up and talking to them was probably another shock to absorb rather quickly. But, I can feel, um, different things happening in this moment. So let me just pause the story for just a moment at opening up the pickup truck door. And so just kind of hold that thought in your mind for right now. Let's go to that place where, in my story, where I had just gotten up. Um, I feel that that's a key moment, because at that point I wasn't hurt and I just got hit by a truck. Um, and I think that God definitely intervened at that place, at that point in time, and spared me from getting hurt. And I wasn't hurt. I didn't have a scratch on me. And that in itself was, a miracle. And so here I am, kind of upset for getting hit to begin with. And I go to this driver of the truck to engage with them, and let's pick up the story at that place again. So here I am, I got this pickup truck door open, and I'm yelling at this driver for not paying attention. And in that moment, I can feel this calm come over me, and I can hear this voice saying, stand down, it's okay, I got this, you're fine, let it go. And I just can feel um, the anger at me in that moment just kind of dissipate. And I thought, well, something stronger than me is involved. And I just said, watch what you're doing, be careful. And then I shut the door on the truck and I walked away. And by the time I got to Crystal, on the other side of the vehicle, she already had my bag picked up, and um, I was just totally relaxed and no pain, no injury, and my excited state had just come to total calm. And of course, she's asking me, am I all right? And I assure her, yeah, I'm fine. And a lot of other people come up from the sidewalk and they're asking the same thing. And then I say, yeah, I'm fine. And I just decide to leave. There was nothing to worry about. And, most people probably wouldn't have done that. But um, as I said, I felt like there was a calm being brought around me. And in this moment, I feel that what God was doing was actually saving me from myself, because He knew I was angry. He knew I was going to respond. And, He just said, calm down. I got this. You're fine. So, okay. And I take that at His word, and I believed that everything was fine. And I am fine. There's not been any problems at all. So, we walk this short distance where we're going to go, and as we're talking on the sidewalk here, Crystal and I are kind of, reflecting, decompressing this event here in our minds, and just getting it out. And um, yeah, that evening, we had another discussion about that, and this is kind of like the third thing I'd like to bring up, the story is probably, I believe this whole thing comes down to this. God said He had this, and He did, and He does. And I believe that if the enemy was going to succeed that day, it would have happened right then and there. But God seen that, and I believe what had happened was God has placed His hand around me and thrown me out of the way of that truck. I believe that in the natural, yes, I was hit, but in a different way, God had this, and I believe that when He grabbed me and moved me out of the way of that truck, um, prevented me from having harm done to me, his hand took the blunt of the truck, and I was in the inside, and that's where it was safe. And so what we see in the natural is one thing, but what happens in God's way is completely different. And so when I reflect upon this, I realize that my work really isn't done here. If it was, then my life as I would have known it would have ended at that moment. The enemy would have won. But I believe God has bigger plans, and I believe those plans need to press on, and the enemy's plans were thwarted abruptly. And you know, when I think back of all the things that I've wondered about recently, you know, is business doing well? You know, are we doing the right things the right way? I think that this is God making it very obvious in a way that is very clear that not only are the plans that Crystal and I have in place the right plans, but we're going about things the right way, and we're doing the right things, and we have much more work to do. And in that context, God's work isn't done. His work through us isn't done. And he made sure that there was protection around us so that we can continue on with his work. As we discover what that is over time, and we see these things come up every now and again, we know that there is more that we do not know that he has planned for us, and this is going to be revealed over time. But we know one thing for sure: we're on the right path, doing the right things. Otherwise, everything would have come to an end on that one day crossing the crosswalk. So I hope that you take away from this story a few things. One is when the enemy is about to attack you, you can expect God to come down and put his hand of protection around you, even when you have absolutely no clue what's going on, as I did. He will very quickly act, much faster than we could ever act. Second is, if there's any collateral damage that could be done, he'll protect you from that collateral damage too. And third, if he has plans for you, he's going to make sure those plans are taken care of and that they actually do go to fruition, because he needs you to do something. He wants you to do something. It's important that you are involved and other people are involved, and for the entire process to unfold, you have to be in place to do the things that he has put in your heart to do. So I hope you enjoyed this story, and if there's anything that we can do at Acorn of Thought to help you on your journey, feel free to contact us. We look forward to speaking with you and helping you find guidance in the scriptures for the challenges of your life. Thank you for watching the video and reading the article, and we wish for you a very blessed day.